Good evening, everybody. Welcome to your emergency meeting. What's the emergency? When you won 3-0 last night. There's no emergency, Mr. Joshy J. Look, this is my YouTube channel. If I want to put emergency meeting in the title, I will put emergency meeting in the title because it doesn't matter if we win, draw, lose, I will always put emergency meeting in the title because this is my own YouTube channel, people. Let's get it right here, people, yeah? Let's absolutely get it right. But big up to every single one of you lying and locked in this evening. Much appreciated. If you're new to our YouTube channel, why not consider hitting the subscribe button, as I upload plenty of Manchester United content on this YouTube channel. And please subscribe as well to my Mr. Josh J football channel. Link is in the description, and my F1 channel's in the description, and pinned on top of the live chat and in the description of this video is my channel membership. So if anyone wishes to become a channel member today, you can find all the information pinned on top of the live chat. Is that your best set? No, this is the real thing, mate. I got this one from the F1 store, but big up to you, Daily CSC Focus. Good evening, mate. Big up, Mr. Josh J. Hopefully, another good result. Big up to you, Denley 15. And what a great conversation that was last night, mate. I thoroughly enjoyed that. And if you're about next Thursday, then absolutely you can be part of the live watch on again, because I'll be live for the Europa League game. Hello, sir. Big up to you, Kai. Good evening, mate. Thank you for joining me as well this evening, mate. Can't get on best Sydney. One needs to log in. Yeah, well, I've put the link in the description, so if you want to create an account, you can, but also you can view stuff without having an account, because I've always been able to. But anyway, I've put the link in the description of that video you watched, so you'll be able to find the website. But yeah, that game last night, I am still absolutely shell shocked what happened. What on earth was that all about? Seriously, what I thought was going to be our toughest test so far in the Europa League turned out to be an absolute walk in the park. I mean, I am just absolutely stunned, silenced what happened. I mean, the first half an hour, we literally did nothing. Then, out of nowhere, we took control of the game. Now, I still think the red card was dodgy. I'm not going to lie. You know, I literally thought that was absolutely so soft. But unfortunately, these days, football has gone soft. You know, the mentality is too soft these days in football. I can't create an account. Well, you should be able to, because I had no problems creating an account. Nobody ever predicted it. No, I know. Who ever predicted 3-0? I didn't. I thought we would win 1-0, but 3-0. Wow. I'm absolutely just nobody ever predicted that result. I mean, Rosa Hoyland, this is the one you want. So I'll put it in the live chat. Here we go. Don't worry. Give me a few seconds. I'll put it in, mate. Because it should be this. So look. See what's going on. Still 1-0 City. Oh, right. Okay. Oh, yeah, because they're playing tonight, aren't they? Right, so hang on. Give me 2 seconds. I'll put it in the description. I'll put it in the live chat. There you go. That's the one you want to go on, mate. it is the correct website because it always works for me. Maybe it's the region you're in. But yeah, I got no issues with it. Should work. Subscribe and like my Carlo video. Generally, I'm saying, yeah. I mean, Manchester United, wow. It's like they never, ever, ever make it easy for themselves, do they? I mean, wow, unbelievable, unbelievable people. But, it's absolutely just unbelievable. Like, literally, who could have predicted that we would actually cruise the victory last night? I mean, the whole team, once they went down to 10 men, everyone just looks comfortable. And I was a little bit disappointed we didn't get a few more, to be honest. It's not something, yes, it is, mate, where I get my football shirts from. It's a good website. Very good. But yeah, Crews beat Tigers 1-0. 2-1. Wow, that's interesting. Adrendar 2025. Of course, you did a live watch on last night, didn't you, mate? So, yeah. But it's like, why can Manchester United not do this more often? People, that's the question you got to ask yourselves. Because if they did this more often, literally, that would be complete. Yes, it is, mate. It is very good quality. I mean, think the prices they charge for like the genuine items for the prices and the quality. It's absolutely amazing. Man United in the Premier League clowns, but yeah, we could go unbeaten in Europe all season. I mean, how mental is that? Honestly, it's like, what are we doing here? Why have we been so bad in the Premier League? But yet we could go unbeaten all season in Europe. I mean, make it make sense, people. Seriously. If we get a goal worthy next week, then that should be it. But like I said yesterday, the last time we were 3-0 up cruising, we bottled it against Coventry. Exactly. This is why, Denley 15, I'm taking nothing for granted, mate. Because what is the point taking it for granted? Yeah, demand you kit from there. Yes, I did. Can you share us a few of your shirts? Uh, I don't have them with me right now. They're back at home, mate. But yeah, a Manchester United some questionable refereeing decisions, but not like that. I mean, the officiating, we all know, right, has been absolutely shambolic. It doesn't matter whether you're in the non-league, Premier League, EFL Championship. Refereeing in this country has been abysmal this season. I mean, even at Shepperton Town, the amount of times I've watched games this season, how many times the referees got things wrong? Absolutely pathetic. Honestly, it's like, what are we doing here? The standards of officiating is literally in the bin, people. Let's get it right here, people, yeah? Let's absolutely get the narrative right. But earlier on, I was watching a bit of the snooker, and Ronnie O'Sullivan, dear, oh dear. I mean, I think, well, I don't have the wooden spoons on me, but what he's done today, I think that deserves the wooden spoon. So I'll give you the remote instead. What on earth is that? Seriously. I mean, Michael Chelsea FC, big up to him, has already gave him the two silver spoons. But yeah, wooden spoon for you, Ronnie O'Sullivan. Nowhere near sustainable. You're literally the greatest of all time. And you literally had a whitewash nowhere near sustainable by Ronnie O'Sullivan. Let's get it right here, people, yeah? It's absolutely getting the narrative right. I can't even upload the highlights on the main channel. Really? Bilbao upload the highlights and already got 1 million views. That's nuts. I think we can beat Brentford as long as we play like we did yesterday, but we play like we did in the first 20 minutes yesterday all game on Sunday, we'll get destroyed. Yeah, we will, mate. I agree with you. 100% agree. We will get destroyed. I'm not denying it because, you know, it's like how many times this season have we underperformed in the Premier League? You know, it's absolutely ridiculous. And it's nowhere near sustainable by my elite high standards. You know, I'm certainly not going to forget how bad we've been in the Premier League this season. Even if we lifted that Europa League, you know, I still won't forget about it because nobody should forget this season. To me, it's been absolutely unforgivable how we've been doing in the Premier League. It's just nowhere near sustainable, man. Seriously, it's like, what are we doing here? Where we are in the Premier League, this is not Manchester United, people, right? I don't know what this is, but this is definitely not Manchester United. It is a shadow and a football club who I've fallen in love with since the late 90s. It's like the board simply do not have a clue what they're doing. You have Sir Jim Ratcliffe, who is about to make some more cutbacks, and he wants to sell Nice for about 5 billion to try and buy out Manchester United altogether from the Glazers, which we all know that's not going to happen. I mean, who on earth is going to spend all that money on Nice? Seriously, is Sir Jim Ratcliffe deluded or what? I mean, what are we doing here, people? Seriously, real talk. What the fucking heck are we doing here? It's just absolutely ridiculous and pathetic. Here we go. Brentford beat Forest 2-0. Get revenge on them. Yep. If somehow win the Europa League, I think you guys will face Inter in the Super Cup in August. Yep. If we win Europa League, we'll be facing the Champions League winners in the Super Cup. You're right. You're 100% spot on, Adendar. 2025. But you know, the Premier League this year, from all teams, has just been terrible. You know, I've not been impressed with the Premier League at all this season. I've been rather embarrassed with the Premier League. And I love the Premier League, but the standards in the Premier League this season has been terrible, not by just Manchester United, but by loads of other teams as well. I don't know whether it's the extra games on the teams are playing, but the quality has been absolutely terrible at times. And I am literally a big lover of the Premier League as well. But you have to say it how you see it. And what I've seen this season is like it just does not feel like it's the Premier League. And of course, you got all the PR in the Premier League, you know, on social media. It's just like, fuck out of here, man. I'm sick and tired of it, man. PR in the bin, PSR in the bin as well. Let's get it right here, people. Yeah, it's absolutely getting the narrative right. But yeah, like I said today in the snooker, a really bad day for Ronnie the Rocket, who's Inter Milan will not give you those selfish chances. They will not let you put them in the back of net. Net facts. I sent you the Barcelona Ecuador post. Yeah, I seen that. Cheers, mate. I gave you thumbs up on it. That's very interesting. But, you know, it's like, whatever happens now, if we win Europa League or don't win it, this poor Premier League season should not be forgotten. I certainly will not be forgetting about it, and I won't go quiet about it either. I'm going to keep bringing up the topic because, you know, all these other content creators won't be talking about how bad we've been this season if we win Europa League, but you're not going to get any of that on this channel. I'm still going to call it out because the way we've been performing in the so-called best league in the world this season is absolutely, totally unacceptable at the highest level. And I, for one, as a fan, will not accept it, how bad we've been in the Premier League this season. I mean, where we are in the Premier League table, I mean, this is not our standards, where our standards should be top four and competing for Premier League titles. That is the Manchester United side I'm falling in love with. Big up, Josh, mate. I hope you're okay, mate. Good to see you. As always, Josh, mate. Yeah, big up to you, Adam. Good evening, mate. Thank you for joining me this evening, mate. Much appreciated. I mean, it's ridiculous, people, honestly. How is it we've been decent in Europe, but in the Premier League, we're absolutely abysmal? I just don't understand it. You've got to ask yourself, where is the mindset from these players? Is it maybe they're just focused on the Europa League, or is it they only perform when they want to? I mean, it's nowhere near sustainable. Literally, you don't perform for Manchester United Football Club, you should be out of here faster, or say, but, it's as simple as that. No excuses whatsoever. 1, 2, 3, high standards, Josh, mate. Yep, absolutely. Inter Milan is seriously not like Europa League. Facts, mate. Absolute facts. But wow. Since when did Manchester United lose 15 games in a league season but didn't lose a game in Europe? It's so disappointing to see our league form be so bad. Exactly. I mean, there's a potential we're going to do the Invincibles in Europe, but yet, you know, we've actually been so bad in the Premier League. I mean, you have to ask yourself, where are these players' minds at? Seriously. Because it looks like half the time they've not been bothered about the Premier League, which to me, as a football club, that's nowhere near sustainable. We should be going all out to win that Europa League and finish higher up the Premier League table. I mean, no excuses whatsoever. I mean, I'm not having the excuses. I've been playing a lot of football because everyone is in the same boat. So, you got to just have the squad depth to deal with it, unfortunately. It's like, stop giving these players a free pass and hold them accountable. Say you're not happy with their performances, don't be afraid, people. Speak out. Hold the football club accountable, like what I do as well. Absolutely, I hold my football club accountable. Shall I tell you why? Because I've been supporting this football club for 25 plus years, and I, for one, do not accept mediocrity whatsoever. When it comes to football, right, I want my football team to be the best. I want them to be competing with the best because the aim in elite sports is to win. It's as simple as that at the end of the day, people. We got Ruben Amorim, Josh, mate. Yep, we will get on to his press conference a bit later on, mate. United touchline was shocked that they beat Bilbao. So am I, because I thought we were only going to win 1-0 or Bilbao may get a 2-1 victory. But for us to go to that stadium and win 3-0, that is a massive statement. Because Bilbao are literally meant to be one of the favourites to win this competition, and we took them apart. I mean, crazy, absolutely insane, honestly. But it'd be interesting to see what Ruben Amorim said in the press conference. So, yeah, we will be getting on to that shortly, people. So, yeah, could have won at the Sociedad's ground. Yeah, I agree, 100%. But obviously, this is where a Europa League final is going to be at in Bilbao, isn't it, at the end of the day? So, yeah, let's wait and see what happens. But, let's have a listen, shall we, to what he said after the game, Ruben Amorim, his post-match interview, because I've not listened to that yet. And so let's get to it, people. Ruben Amorim. post-match interview.
Venga, empezamos. Ernesto Gabón, Yanire Fragua de Euskal Televista. Ayer, no sé si premonitoriamente hablabas de apagón. 10 minutos.
I just want to get to the bit where Ruben Amorim's talking. Here we go, now about to talk with Ruben Amorim now. Yeah, exactly, mate.
Okay, wait for the microphone to make the questions.
Hi Ruben, congratulations. That was a massive win on the road in Europe. But what was your message to the players after the match?
I think
my message is simple: keep it calm and don't get carried away, and hoping to get the job done in the second leg.
They have to think about the second leg, and they have to think more about the first 20 minutes than the rest of the game, because the game is going to be really...
Yeah, because the first 20 minutes was not great. I mean, we struggled to get a foothold in the game.
There is no goals away, so anything can change, and that is my message to the players. And we have to think about now for Brentford and then for the second leg.
I appreciate that you've got to be quite cautious because of the second game at Old Trafford, but is that the best performance, best result of your time in charge there?
No, I think it's the best result because nobody expects this result. But again, I think you saw two games today. The first 25 minutes and then after the goal, and also with the send-off, the game changed. That was a good thing. Also a good thing in the second half, we tried to be cautious. We create chances, but the most important thing is that the opponent didn't get shots, many shots to our goal, and that was really important.
Thank you. Hi. I think it's often missed that it's actually quite a young squad that you've got. But tonight, thinking Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro, Harry Maguire, there was huge performances from some of the more experienced players. How important was that tonight?
It's really important, and they have to step up in these moments. So they are experienced, they are international players, they already played these moments, so they have to step up in these moments. That's why they are playing here, and they are the most experienced players in this team. So I think that is natural.
Can Ruben Amorim handle Inter Milan? Inzaghi has outcoached Ruben before. Oh, wow.
Hi, Ruben. And when your team play with such fluency like they did tonight, and there's sort of fearlessness, how is it they can lose almost half their games in the Premier League and then come out and put a performance on like that?
I think it's hard to explain. We improve in the last games. I don't look just to the results. We had some games that we won that we didn't play well, and some games that we lost but we played well. And sometimes you just need a little bit luck. If you imagine the first 30 minutes, they have chances to score. If they score, it's a different game. So we need to understand these moments. And when we score, we felt more free to play. So I know that is hard. It's a different competition. I know that is hard to understand, but sometimes it's the context, it's the way we see things. We can win this competition.
Context. Famous words, people. Context. And
in Premier League, we are just suffering after game. So and try to manage these both things with some injuries. Sometimes it's hard even for the players.
Yeah, hi Ruben. You talked about the first 30 minutes, and in that time, Victor Lindelof made a really big goal line clearance. I mean, can you? How important was that? And for him personally, he's obviously not been in the team.
City versus Wolves on Josh. Yep. Friday night game, mate.
Him all the season, maybe leaving in the summer. What kind of a moment was that for him?
Yeah, it's a moment, but you need to focus on the second leg, and then in the final, if we get there, was a moment important for him. But also, he's also an experienced player. He's fighting for the team, and these guys want to give something to our fans, because you can see every week, no matter what happened in Premier League, our fans, you feel always the support. So we want to give them something. So it was an important moment for him, but more important.
Still 1-0 City.
What can you say about Harry Maguire? He had a tough time before you came to the club, got himself back in the team, scored the winning goal against Lyon, and then plays an important part in the first goal tonight.
I think it's a good lesson for all the players, that sometimes you have some moments that you think that I will never recover from this or that. Anything can happen, and I think it's not just Harry. The history of this game can tell you that. It looks like we are struggling a lot, and then everything changed, and everybody's going to say it was maybe the best game of the season. So we have to understand that the players have some moments in their lives that they have to just to continue to work. Everything can change.
Good evening, Ruben. We asked you so much about Rasmus Højlund and the goals and the numbers, but tonight, what his contributions won't come up on the stats sheet. He wins the penalty, he plays a part in the third goal. So how pleased are you for him? And can that be a sign that he can show that improvement and that will equate to goals eventually?
I think it's hard to say, but I think it was the best game that he had with me as a coach. He helped a lot the team. He secured the ball, and then he made the runs, and then decided quite well. So it's a good moment for him. But like Harry, he needs to understand everything can change. So let's focus on the next one. This is in the past. We have a tough job to do on Sunday, and especially on Thursday.
Okay, that concludes the post-match press conference. We'll now take some questions to pre.
Right, so yeah, that was his interview from last night about the game. He's saying we need to focus on the game on Sunday and the second leg, which I agree, we do. So, yeah, 5 minutes 28, here we go. We're now moving on to the Brentford press conference, people, because, we're into really the second part of the show now, because I've spoken about the game, I mean, the goals we scored were very good, Casemiro's goal, Maguire assist. I mean, what is it with Maguire up front recently? Getting assists is crazy. Casemiro, beautiful header, and then Bruno a penalty, and scored from open play as well. So the goals were brilliant. And then the second half really was looking very comfortable, because Bilbao didn't really threaten much. So yeah, we're now going to get on to the press conference from this afternoon, pre-match press conference. We just listened to the post-match interview. Now we're on to tonight's press conference. Xabi Alonso set to join Real Madrid before World Cup kickoff later season. Oh wow! Not yet that until next week now. Josh, mate. Nope. Weekends, Adam. I'm at my family's house. Yeah, my grandparents. I've been doing this now for about 32 years. So literally all my life I've been doing this. So yeah, I love it. I wouldn't change anything, I mean, if I was in a flat, maybe I could do more live watch-ons, that, weekend matches, but I just love spending time with family, and watch-ons are not really important. But when I'm at home in a flat, it's great doing the watch-ons, like having Denley 15 on last night. It was brilliant, because we're both talking about Manchester United, instead of me talking on my own for about 2 hours on a watch along, I've actually got company, so it makes my job a lot easier as a content creator. Because if I talk on my own for 2 hours, literally I run out of things to talk about. And then I sometimes ended up beginning to nod off and that. So yeah, but I do like being a content creator, I love it. I wouldn't change it for anything. Especially now as I'm getting money for it. I'm actually doing this as my day-to-day thing. It's brilliant. But yeah, let's see what he's been saying in the press conference for the Brentford game, shall we?
Who'd like to start? Rob?
So the results in the Europa League and the Premier League have been very, very different. Are the players able to kind of separate the momentum of those two competitions? Because presumably you're going to have to rest players again on Sunday. It may affect the result, but then you've got to kind of go again on Thursday. Are they able to separate these two competitions now?
In this moment, it's hard. It's hard to separate. We know that we have always a responsibility, but in this moment, we have to take a risk. And there are some positions that we don't have more players. For example, Mazraoui cannot play. He's in the limit to get an injury. So we are going to deal with that and prepare a game against a team that they won today. Is in the great moment, and we have always a responsibility to perform. We have always a responsibility of the result, but in this moment we have to be clear. Our focus is more on saving players and trying to be competitive. Is not a good thing.
Like, no doubt about it. I think there will be squad rotation on Sunday, 100%, because the Europa League is literally our main priority now, because the Premier League is dead to alter, 100%. I checked out a long time ago on the Premier League. As long as he does it the right way. Exactly, Adam. Yep, exactly. Harry Maguire starts in Land's Minerals more often. He is at the moment, I've not always been his biggest fan, but fair play, he's doing a good job.
To say, but we need to understand the context.
And there it is again. Context. He's used it. That buzzword, context. What? I think Arteta likes saying that as well, doesn't he? I don't care about the Prem. Josh, mate, nope, I don't think Adam Partridge. Like I said, I just checked out a long time ago, mate. It's as simple as that. Gone way past caring about the Premier League now.
We're just on Amad Diallo, obviously came on for the last 10 minutes tonight. How important do you think he could be for the rest of the season, and what's it been like managing him when he's been injured? Because he's obviously wants to be playing and he was in such good form before he got injured.
Yeah, it was really tough on us because in that moment he was the player that created all the situations and then pass a little bit for Bruno. So lose a player like that in that moment with a lot of games was really hard for us, and especially for Amad, because he was leaving a good moment. But now he's returning. You can feel it that he is not so explosive in the moment, but he's a player with a characteristic left foot, different from Garnacho, that has 1-against-1, and we don't have many players to do that. So it's massive for us, and he's one more options to play.
Hi, Ruben. With you brought an expanded squad out ahead of training tomorrow. You played some of the kids before. You trying to heavily rotate. I know you mentioned Nusair there. What's the thought process heading into this?
The first thing is that the players that are in risk to get injury will not play, no matter what. We need to take a risk in that, and then we are going to assess tomorrow and the next day who are the best players to start the game. Then we have to be careful because we are Manchester United and we cannot go to a game without thinking we can win this game. So the process is going to be like that. It's going to be tough, but we passed so many things this year. There's one more. Let's see.
Ruben, you said in March that you were learning how to use Casemiro more and more, and you really depended on him in this Europa League run. What have you learned so far using him, and is he someone you hope to work with going forward long term as well?
I think he's doing. He improved a lot also, and you can see not the way he plays, but the way he runs, and you can see it. We have the data to show he worked really really hard. He's a very good example, but he was not playing. Even Toby sometimes was playing in front of him, and now it's hard to take Casemiro. So it's a lesson for all the players in Manchester United. No matter what is the past or the last month, everything can change in one moment. Then we understood that he cannot jump all the time pressing high. We need to let him to understand, and sometimes it's better to put three defenders and let him to be the fourth defender and put the wing backs pressing high. So these small things we are understanding, trying to cope with all the characteristics of the team. So,
but you're saying the one thing with Casemiro is that yes, his legs are gone, but at the same time he can be quite a dangerous player. Know how to score goals. I mean, you know. It's crazy, isn't it? Absolutely insane how his legs are gone. But yeah, from corners and that, he can be very, very dangerous. So yeah, he's doing a really good job at the moment. Casemiro. Again, I've not always been his number one fan, but when he first came into the club, I rated him quite highly because he was doing a decent job. But obviously, it's like, unfortunately, where players start off good at Manchester United, they end up turning into absolute rubbish. So, yeah, which unfortunately, Casemiro is one of them where he starts off good. Now, he hasn't been as good. But when he gets into dangerous areas in the box, he's actually really decent. So, yeah, I mean, if we don't have the squad depth, then absolutely, I think I would keep Casemiro for another season. But do I think he should go still? Absolutely, because I do think his legs are gone. But fair play, he's doing a decent job at the moment. So, yeah, but obviously he doesn't have the legs all the time. So, yeah, that's why he probably has to be given a rest, if you ask me.
but the credit is for Casemiro.
Last question, Dave.
You spoke just then about the difficulties the players face in switching between the Premier League and Europa League. But for you as a coach, what is the biggest difficulty for you, the biggest challenge? Managing different competitions, 1 week to the next, knowing in the Premier League that you haven't really got anything to play for.
The hardest part is to for the players. Some players understand that if you play on Sunday, you can play Thursday. That is the first point. It doesn't matter. Then we have to show the importance of every game in Manchester United. Then every position that we have in Premier League, you win more money. So that's important. Then you're fighting for your proud. Of course, we don't have nothing to fight. We have this second leg really important for us. We know that, but we need to be competitive in every game. Thank you.
Yeah, we do. We got to be competitive in every game. It's as simple as that, which is why I do not want to have another Premier League season like it was this year. Atake down to 10 men. Red cards, penalty against Rayo in La Liga. Dirty tackle, that's proper. Oh, really? Wow, that's mad, mate. That's insane. But, Manchester United, wow. It's like, but it just goes to show when the players are playing as a team, what they can do. You have to ask the question to yourself, why can they not do it more often? Because if you did it more often, then we'd be in a much better position in the end of the day. Unfortunately, we're not, because these players only turn up when they want to. And to me, it should not be allowed. And if I was in charge of the football club dealing with the financial side of things, I'd literally dock wages. literally, you're not going to perform, dock their wages. If you perform, then I say, right, you deserve a bit more payment. But if you're not going to perform half the time, dock their wages. Get some law and order restored. Because how come we've been decent in Europe, but absolutely rubbish in the Premier League? The excuses are zero, people. It's as simple as that. It's like, stop with the players, giving them a free pass, yeah? If they've done wrong, hold them accountable. Because you know what they say, people? Accountability is the best ability. And I believe in that as well, people. No doubt about it, that if you underperform, you need to hold yourself accountable. And a lot of these players need to hold themselves accountable. It's as simple as that. Because performances have been nowhere near sustainable in the end of the day. Well, not by my elite high standards anyway. They've been totally unacceptable. For a fan for 25 plus years, I am absolutely shell shocked what I've been watching this season. It's just been nowhere near sustainable by my elite high standards at the end of the day. Let's get the narrative right here, people, yeah? It's absolutely getting the narrative right, Sick to the back teeth of it. I really am, people. I mean, it's just like unbelievable. But I will give them players credit last night. They performed quite well in that game. Well, not the first half an hour, really the first half an hour, they deserved the remote, in my personal opinion. Because, they just weren't good enough in that first half an hour. And then once we had the red cards and that, things started to get a little bit better at the end of the day. But it's ridiculous, people. It's like, I just cannot accept how bad we've been in the Premier League this season, which is why, unfortunately, I will not shut up about it. I will carry on holding the team accountable, because being down in 15th or 14th place, I mean, come on, people, what on earth is that all about? Seriously. They're not good enough. They have league ruins in the legacy of a big club. But yep, absolutely. Where was the performance against Wolves? You hadn't even scored one. Yeah, I know. I mean, against Wolves, I wouldn't say it's the worst performance ever, but unfortunately, we could not find the back of the net. But Newcastle was abysmal, honestly. I cannot defend that performance against Newcastle. That was possibly one of our worst performances in the season. I mean, let's get it right here, people, yeah? Let's absolutely get the narrative right. It's absolutely pathetic. But, why should these players get given a free pass? Because I definitely will not give them a free pass, people. Literally, I will hold the players accountable. If you perform well, I'll praise you. When you don't perform well, I'll call you out. It's as simple as that. It doesn't matter whether you're my favourite player, least favourite player. If you don't perform, you get called out. Because I generally do not discriminate, people. On this channel, we say it how it is. Like what my live chat do as well. Because, it's been like all these run-ins in the game, these brown envelopes who literally lowering the standards of football. They need to be held accountable. And I, for one, am seething about it. I really am. Because these brown envelopes can get in the bin, seriously. It's like, I'm sick and tired of how they get away with it. And they should not be allowed to get away with it, people. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace here. And we all know why they chat rubbish around these football clubs. It's because they're getting paid to say it. They have a little rant, and then next day they're back to calm settings. When I have a rant and that, I'm not interested in clicks and views. When I have a rant because I'm absolutely seething with the team at the end of the day. And even the day after, I'm still angry with the team sometimes. Because that's the way, as a fan, you should be. You should be brutal on the team and not accept mediocrity. I feel sometimes that some fans are a bit worried speaking out because they're worried about maybe an incoming shadow ban. But, that's happened to me a couple of times, but I'm still here landing it. I'm still landing the minerals, and I'm never ever going to change. Nor is Michael.Chelsea FC. He's never going to change. Rich Moneymakers is always in my line chat. He says, we speak facts on this channel, and if you don't like it, fuck off. It's as simple as that. And I agree. I completely agree with that. Because as a fan for 25 plus years, I've been struggling to watch us in the Premier League this season. It's like now, I've gone way beyond caring about the Premier League season. If the games are not televised, I'm not even going to bother watching them because what's the point? Because I've gone way beyond caring about it. If they're on Sky Sports and that, I will watch them. But any other time, couldn't fucking care less. I really couldn't. Because why should I watch? Big up, Michael, mate. Oh, he is in the building. Hi, Josh CJ Geezer. Not in the mood tonight, but have to watch the stream quite sadly. So my pain continues. I mean, bad day for Ronnie O'Sullivan, wasn't it? I mean, oh my goodness me. I mean, shocking performance. Here we go, catch up on the live chat. I'm a little bit behind. I'm not happy. On aggregate, almost everything can beat you. Ronnie O'Sullivan stinks and stinker and hooks. Oh yeah, honestly. Tonight, awful from him in the morning session and tonight. Well, he won a couple of frames, but didn't last long, did it, mate? Just abysmal by Ronnie O'Sullivan tonight. Shocking. No excuses. We got to go to Chelsea yet. Josh Strait, Friday the 16th of May, Josh Strait. Yeah, Stamford Bridge. Obviously, that one's going to be on Sky Sports, so I'll watch that one, and no doubt about it. Michael.Chelsea FC will probably do a live watch it on it, where he calls us Manchester United sometimes. I mean, Michael.Chelsea FC landing the minerals, as always. It's hard to see. Heartbreaking. But yeah, Peter Griffin 2.8 did win on his debut in the cup, of course, against the lower division side. Yeah, I saw that, Adam. I saw you send that to me. That's incredible, but obviously I'm not happy about him being manager because how bad he was at the Brazil national team. But I'm quite new to the Corinthians, so yeah, we'll wait and see what he does. But I think something had to happen because their performances dropped recently. And for the Corinthians, the amount of points they're dropping, to me, is nowhere near sustainable. So I think we made the right decision to part company with the manager. Like I said, though, I am new to the Corinthians, so I don't really know all the ins and outs about it. But I know that their fan base is big, like Real Madrid and that. So, and at Barcelona Sporting Club as well, I'm new to them, so I follow them quite a bit. I've only watched one of their games so far, but I follow all their social media pages because, I'm just fascinated that another Barcelona team exists. I never expected it in a million years. I mean, shell shocks people, absolutely shell shocks. But there you go. End of the day, it is what it is. There is another Barcelona team. Barcelona Sporting Club at the end today. I mean, that is just unbelievable. You just could not write this that another Barcelona team existed. Crazy, absolutely crazy. 1-0 Man City. 1-0, that's it. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, 1-0. Wow. So, not the most exciting game of football to watch then, but anyway, 1-0 Man City, they carry on their winning run. At the moment, they definitely seems to be back on form again, don't they? Ruben Diaz left. Barcelona beat Pinocchio. Sorry, I said that wrong. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Mexican side 4-0 to friendly. All right, okay. But it's ridiculous how Manchester United can sometimes perform and sometimes they can. I mean, I don't understand it. I really don't. Manchester United, when it comes to Manchester United, all I want us to do is us play good football week in, week out. I can accept defeats on the odd occasion if we play well. But if we roll over and admit defeat, that's when I cannot accept it, people. That is when I get absolutely seething with the team. And rightly so. Because by my elite standards, I expect much more from my football club. What I've seen this season in the Premier League has been totally unforgivable. It's like, am I really watching the same Manchester United I'm falling in love with 25 plus years ago? No, I'm not. This team is an absolute laughing stock. I mean, roll up, roll up. It's the Manchester United's clown show. I mean, and into the tents is the players who underperform and the coaches and that who are literally training these players. They are in the circus tent as well. Literally, it's like roll up. It's the clown show. It's ridiculous, honestly. But when they play good football, I praise them. But most of the time, they're not performing, unfortunately. As Anton Dawes 2025 says, unfortunately, you are not doing it the right way. Which this season in the Premier League, we're not doing it the right way. But in Europa League, we are doing it the right way. So it's just like, why is it we can't do it in the Premier League as well? This is what's infuriating people. As a Manchester United fan, I just don't understand it. I really don't. It's like I'm struggling to wrap my head around why we've been so bad in the Premier League this season. Time for what they all say, don't they, Josh, mate? Yep. Oh, give it time. Just trust the process. It's a process. I mean, get out here, man. We're not Arsenal. We're Manchester United. Let Arsenal fans do trust the process. Seriously. Why do we have to copy and paste what Arsenal was saying for? Ridiculous, people. Absolutely ridiculous. The highest level. Paris FC being promoted to La Liga 1. This is how close their stadium is to future La Liga. PSG right next to each other. Two stadiums right next to each other. Two teams in one. Oh, wow. Fair play to them. Paris FC promoted into the main division. Wow. Game you watching this weekend, Josh, mate. Huge game for Bristol City tomorrow, mate. I mean, they win, they're in the EFL Championship playoffs, so I'll be watching that tomorrow. They got Preston in the EFL Championship, which I think Bristol City will win because Preston are doing not very well at all because they're in like the relegation zone and Bristol City are in the playoffs. But effectively, I think Preston are already relegated. Because unfortunately, Plymouth Argyle are relegated because they have a worse goal difference than Luton Town. So, unfortunately, and Plymouth Argyle, they kept Wayne Rooney on for too long this season. So, unfortunately, the board needs to take accountability to why Plymouth Argyle are getting relegated from the EFL Championship this season. And hopefully, they can do well in the EFL League One. I mean, I like Bristol City, and I quite like it Plymouth Argyle because my family from Devon and Cornwall. And obviously, I went to Ashton Gate and watched the Bristol City and Plymouth Argyle match, and Bristol City won about 3-0 or 4-0 when Wayne Rooney was manager. Just, Plymouth Argyle back then lost for ideas, but they definitely kept Wayne Rooney on for too long. Wayne Rooney is one of my all-time favourite players, but as a manager, he is just not good enough. He should just stick to being the pundit on Amazon Prime, like what he's doing at the moment, like the Champions League and everything. So that's what my take on Wayne Rooney. And a very, very big happy birthday today to David Beckham, who is 50 years old. I mean, that is absolutely unbelievable. It's like as if he is 50. Wow. It's like he is literally one of my all-time favourite players while growing up. I mean, Cristiano Ronaldo's my goat, of course, my all-time favourite, but David Beckham, I loved watching him at Manchester United. So, yeah, 50. I mean, wow. That's unbelievable. So big up to David Beckham. Happy 50th birthday. I hope you're having a good day, mate. I really do. Would you love to go to Devon Derby, Josh, mate? Well, like Plymouth Argyle against Exeter. I mean, I think the atmosphere would be electric. But would I go to it? I'm not 100% sure. Michael will be doing a cooking stream on Ronnie. David, sadly, Miami is out in the Champions Cup. Yeah, you said they lost, didn't they, the other day? So, yeah, that's disappointing for David Beckham's side, but just goes to show they're not quite on the elite level yet. They're not too far away, but Inter Miami, they're not there yet. They're making progress, but yeah, David Beckham's still got a bit of work to do in that football club. And Inter Miami, I hardly heard of them. But now you see so many people wearing Inter Miami shirts because of Lil Messi. It's a bit like Al Nassr. Al Nassr with Cristiano Ronaldo. You never used to see Al Nassr shirts in this country, in the UK, but because of Cristiano Ronaldo, all of a sudden, like the younger generation, the young kids are literally buying Al Nassr shirts because of Cristiano Ronaldo and Inter Miami shirts because of like Lil Messi. It's mad, absolutely mad, honestly. Sorry I was late. No, that's okay, Daniel 14. No problem, mate. You don't have to be on time all the time, mate. You want to watch Michael's stream, you watch Michael's stream, mate. My streams are always available to catch up on, but I always appreciate it when you pop in on, even if it's just to say hi. He owns that club. He does. Yep, David Beckham owns Inter Miami. But yeah, they are making progress. But like I said, they're not there yet. And Lakers are out. Oh wow, who's that? Lakers. Is that right? Or is that the NFL team? I'm not 100% sure because I don't always follow like the NFL league and that. But when I go on the holiday somewhere, I would take a break from YouTube. Yeah, absolutely. Out in the playoffs. Oh wow, really? But yep, Manchester United. Now let's go and beat Brentford. I'll be doing a preview tomorrow to that game. And then obviously the women are playing Manchester City in the Women's Manchester Derby. So yeah, I'll be doing a video on that. But anyway, that is the end of tonight's show, people. I hope you enjoyed it. So I'm just going to say big up to everyone. Big up to Adam Dahl 2025. Big up to Daily CFC Focus. Big up to Denley 15. Big up to Kai. And big up to Adam Dahl 2025, of course. Mate, you know, big up to you. And big up to Danny Night Sorting. Big up to Adam Partridge. Big up to Michael.Chelsea FC. And yeah. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Good night, everyone. And don't forget, Ineos out, Glazers out, and brown envelopes in the bin as well. Bye-bye.